So we actually got this idea from our friend JC, the boss of the swamp. You can check out his channel right up here in the corner. But he had a building delivered instead of building it from scratch. Now we could have easily built this building from scratch, but instead, yesterday we had it delivered and a company put it together for us. When we went through the math on how much it would cost to have the building built and what we'd have to do to get it done here in comparison to having them build it in a factory, deliver it, painted and finished, it was you know, about 20% more expensive to have it done for us versus us do it ourselves. And we looked at it as how much time is it going to save. This could have probably taken, you know, 2 weekends to probably get put together versus I put the pad down, which I would have had to do anyways if we did it ourselves, and then they just backed up, delivered it on site. We're going to do a little work to get the bottom trimmed out on underneath, and then do a little work on the inside to get everything ready. But this was probably the easiest way for us to go. We used one of the suppliers up here up in the Northwoods, and they just brought it out and we were good to go. Let's take a little tour of this building.
Right. I'll show you. So this is a 10 by 10 garden shed. We've got kind of a window up on the top of it there that faces to the south. Our hope was to get some light inside the building because we don't really have power here, so we got to use what we can to get light in there. We've got a side door here, which will actually be in the orchard. If you see where this green post is, and you go across to where our fence posts are, this post line will come this way and connect right to the side of the shed. So I wanted a way where you wouldn't have to walk out of the shed here and then walk around the building to get into the orchard. On this side over here, we'll have a large gate, and this gravel will be filled in down here, so it'll be a gravel pathway to come in. But basically, driving in here, this is how you'd get into the orchard. Back here, we'll have a couple of water containers, and I'll walk you through what we're going to do there, but we'll harvest water from the roof into here, and then it'll get pumped out into the orchard to water the trees. But this is the basics of the building. Very, very simple, very straightforward.
So here we are, we're on the orchard shed, and we just had it delivered. It's a great shed. One thing I'm going to do though is I always paint the floor in my shed just to make sure that if anything gets spilled or anything like that inside there, that it doesn't stain. So if you spill gas, oil, chemicals, whatever it is on the floor, it's easy cleanup. The way we do that is we just get some exterior paint and put on 2 coats on the floor, and it seems to, 1, seal up the floor so it doesn't warp or get messed up if it gets wet, and then 2, if anything spills, it doesn't stain as bad as if there was just raw wood here. So we're going to put the first coat on, let it dry overnight, and then tomorrow come back and put the second coat on, and then we can start building our shelves and everything else in the orchard. Good to go.
You know, a lot of people think it's just doing a ton of work, but I really enjoy these projects that we do, and you know, there's some pride in owning something like this and, you know, making something of it. You know, this place was full of garbage when we found it. You know, it looked horrible, and you know, they've been working on it, and slowly but surely, you know, making something good out of it. And you know, it's a place to bring our son and let Cameron, you know, learn his ways. You know, you don't see him playing on a cell phone. You don't see him, you know, running around and staring at the TV. You know, it's different, but you know, he doesn't know all the latest lunchbox characters and all that stuff, but he can tell you 10 different trees and by their leaves. You know, and I don't know. I think there's something to said for that these days. You know, most kids want to stay inside and play video games and stare at their phone for 10 hours. You know, Cameron gets time on the phone and does all those things, but we balance it with doing stuff out here. I don't know. Makes me think we're doing something right. At least it feels that way. Tell you, if you ever build a shed, make sure you put this metal plating here right on this front edge, because I will tell you, that is one of the first things that gets beat up, is this front edge from taking things in and out of the shed. So taking a little piece of angle iron or a little piece of diamond plate or something and putting it on there, you keep this thing nice and sharp on the front. I think I say this all the time. You take care of your stuff, it'll take care of you.
There's no sun up in the sky, don't know why. There's no sun up in the sky, don't know why. There's no sun up in the sky, don't know why. There's no sun up in the sky.